Hey everyone, this is Michelle Barnes coming to you live from Highlands Ranch, Colorado. I've gotten a few requests on my YouTube channel to talk about building rapport and communicating with people and really connecting with people. And I've got to tell you, this is the most important thing when it comes to network marketing because we're constantly prospecting. You're always looking for people to introduce this amazing opportunity to. And in order to do that, there has to be a connection and you have to get really good at building rapport. So that's what I'm going to talk about on today's video. So here's the thing. I jot down some notes so I wouldn't forget to cover some things. But rapport is power, you guys. It is absolute power. It's total responsiveness between two people. Okay. That's what it is. It's that spark. It's that connection. It's, getting somebody to relate to you. And it's important that they relate to you. And people in our business and any business, they do business with people that they like, know, and trust. And if they don't know you, like you, or trust you, I guarantee you they're not going to do business with you. So you've got to get those commonalities going, and you've got to be able to build rapport and get good at talking to people and asking questions and building rapport and getting that connection and those me too's. Those me too's are everything. Okay. So one of the biggest things is you want there to be a feeling of commonality. People like working with people who are like them. Okay. People like people who are like them or who they want to be like. Okay. People do not like people who they don't want to work with people that they don't like, and they don't want to hang out with people that they don't want to be like. So the most important thing is to find, people like people who are like themselves and who they want to be like. So it's got to be one of those things. Okay. So they got to like you, or they got to want to be like you to want to really engage in this business with you. So here's a few things. We've talked a lot about FORM, which is an acronym for family, occupation, recreation, and motivation. It's huge. It's good reminders on how to, start asking people questions to build that rapport and to really start connecting with people. But there's another part of building rapport that's called mirroring and matching. Now you can, do tons of research on this. You can Google it and stuff will come up, and start educating yourself on mirroring and matching, because people always say, well, what do I say, when I'm prospecting? What exactly do I say? Well, we always say it's not so much what you say, it's how you feel about what you say and how you make somebody feel about what you say. So only 7% of communication is actually the words we use. 55% of it is physiology. So that is your body language and everything else. So there's your tone and your energy and your personality type and posture and facial expressions and eye contact and gestures and breathing and proximity, meaning how close people get when they're talking to you or when you're talking to them. Touch. There's so much more that goes into communicating and building rapport with people than just the words. So I think sometimes people say, well, what exactly do I say, when I'm prospecting? Well, it's important to know what to say and to practice that, but it's even more important to get good at all the other things that come along with it, as far as communication. So, one of the keys is really listening to people and engaging with them. We can talk about form forever. But, and a lot of it is too, is, people make a decision whether they like you or not within those first few seconds. So I remember Tony Robbins said, style is more important than substance initially. Style is more important than substance initially. You've got to be, again, either someone they like or someone that they want to be like. So you always want to look your best and be your best, and posture and confidence. I mean, all that, it plays a part of this whole communication thing. So, you are creating curiosity, you're creating interest, but there's so many things when it comes to physiology. So mirroring and matching is mirroring what they're doing. When you're sitting there having a one-on-one or you're meeting with somebody, if they're talking a little bit more timid and quiet, talk a little bit more timid and quiet. If they're talking more confident and more kind of abrasive, then step it up and talk a little bit more abrupt and abrasive. Even body language, if they're leaning back and they're casual, lean back and be casual. Now, you don't have to be a total weirdo mirror, you know. But when you do that, it makes people feel more comfortable. Okay, it's, you know, we talk about it all the time. Energy is everything. Okay, energy is everything, and when you have similar energy as someone else, there seems to be more of that connection. But it's sensory acuity. Okay, it's learning, you know, what somebody likes and what they don't like, and kind of how they respond and stuff like that. So it's something to really work on, guys. And there's a great book. I think I talked about it once before. John Maxwell, Everyone Communicates, Few Connect. This is such a great book, you guys. Everyone Communicates, Few Connect. It's just a great book on connecting with people one-on-one, connecting with people in a small group setting, connecting with people in a larger group, connecting with a stadium full of people, which I hope that's every one of your goals is to be speaking in front of stadiums of people at some point. But it's got to get, you know, you got to practice in the beginning. And so listening, forming, when you're talking about their family, you know, ask them about their kids and stuff like that. Where are you from? Occupation. What do you like about what you do? You know, and after they tell you what they love about what they do, then, you know, what do you like least about what you do? You know, and they'll tell you. And, you know, then obviously recreation is, what do you like to do for fun? What are some of your hobbies? You know, you can tell a lot about somebody's personality type, and I'll do another video on personality types. I do a whole personality test and teach people about fire, sun, lightning, and earth. You know, so I'll do another video on that, just to, you know, help you guys with dealing with personality types that maybe are not like yours. Seems like we tend to be drawn to people that are like us, but the majority of people may not be like us. So you want to be able to relate to anybody. And that's really what rapport is. Rapport is power, guys. So you want to get really good at communicating with people, but not just communicating, it's connecting. So it's not just the words you use. It's not what you say, it's how you say it, and it's how you make that person feel when you're connecting with them. So with that, hopefully that helped you out. And if you have any other ideas and stuff, pass them on to me. Send me some Facebook messages. Let me know. Post it on here below this video. If there's other topics and things that you'd like to have covered, I'm more than happy to do that. So hopefully this helped, and we'll rock it out on another video tomorrow. Talk to you guys later.